A city in crisis.
Mayor Marcus Muhammad declaring a local state of emergency today in the city of Benton Harbor because of the lead contamination in water.
Toxic water full of lead from decaying pipes.
To replace all lead service lines is a Mount Everest of a job.
Flowing right into homes, businesses, and schools.
Even just small amounts of lead can have toxic effects to the brain as it develops.
The state of Michigan trying to keep the Benton Harbor water crisis from turning into another Flint.
Benton Harbor is not Flint 2.0.
Thousands of people across the city now being forced to use bottled water to drink, cook, and even brush their teeth.
It is mind-boggling to wash your dishes. Like, you're using a case of water almost every hour.
Every single day is a struggle.
I would say at least 50% of the people that live in Benton Harbor is drinking that water out of the faucet. Still drinking it out of the faucet.
So how does this happen in a city surrounded by fresh water?
It's not the water source where the contamination is, it's in the infrastructure.
Tonight, as state and local leaders work to fix the problem, testing the water, digging up and replacing old pipes, ABC 57 News investigates what's in the water in Benton Harbor.
You don't even really know what's going on. What's in the water? Is it just lead? You know?
And when it may be safe to drink from the faucet once again.
Hello and welcome to an ABC 57 News half-hour special, What's in the Water? The Benton Harbor water crisis. I'm Brian Conybeare. How did this small Michiana city of just under 10,000 people wind up in this mess? It certainly didn't happen overnight and can be blamed in part on decades of disinvestment, population loss, white flight, and the fact that nearly 2/3 of all Benton Harbor residents currently live in rental housing. And the immediate direct threat right now is something that's virtually invisible. You can't necessarily see it or taste it. Old lead pipes like this one, buried underground, some more than a century old, are bringing a known toxin directly into people's homes and their lives.
Benton Harbor, on the beautiful but icy shore of Lake Michigan, seems like one of the most unlikely places on Earth to be struggling to provide clean, safe drinking water to its residents. The city is just under 4.5 square miles and virtually surrounded by fresh water. Lake Michigan to the west, the St. Joseph River to the south, and the Paw Paw River to the north. Inside city limits, every house, apartment, school, church, and business is being affected by the threat of toxic water caused by old lead pipes, eventually connecting to Benton Harbor's aging water plant, nestled in the sand dunes near Gene Clock Park.
Water is a part of life, and right now we can't use ours.
Shaniqua McKinney has 3 boys at home, ages 15, 13, and 11, who love to play basketball. They stopped drinking and cooking with their Benton Harbor City tap water in October, when the state put out its strongest warning about the elevated levels of lead discovered in 10% or more of the homes in the city tested over the past 3 years.
Tell me about your concerns for your boys if they've been drinking that water since they were kids.
Sick to my stomach, Brian. I'm like, oh, the kids. And you know what? My youngest son kept complaining about stomach aches. Knowing lead isn't supposed to be into your system, I'm not really sure, what it can do to you but I know it's a health issue.
Free lead testing Monday through Friday, as long as the clinic is open.
Robin Galladay is a registered nurse at the Intercare Community Health Network, now offering free lead testing for all Benton Harbor children and adults. The growing nonprofit primary care provider is at the corner of M139 and Empire Avenue, just outside the city lines. Because of the pandemic precautions still in place at all Michigan healthcare facilities, Ms. Galladay only agreed to sit down with us without face coverings if we were socially distanced, at least 6 feet apart.
You comfortable taking off the masks?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
She sees patients and parents every single day, worried about COVID, and now possible lead poisoning too.
People think of lead only in paint, or paint chips off the window sills and things. They don't think of lead in water, so it's just a little bit different beast. It's dangerous, period. You don't want to consume lead. Who wants to do that? And then if you're consuming it unknowingly.
And for busy moms like Shaniqua, her tap water and trying to avoid it is causing major concerns and disruptions.
How difficult has it been for you on a day-to-day basis? How many things have you had to change? since they said don't use the tap water?
Almost everything, basically. I mean, you know, in your daily routine, it's a delay in everything. Could be a day you don't have any more water, and then you got to run and go see who's open and, you know, who has some. Maybe stand in line or, you know, in your car, of course, for 2 to 3 hours or however long it takes to get the water, you know. Got to brush your teeth with it. Baths, cooking for the most part. It is mind-boggling to wash your dishes. Like, you're using a case of water almost every hour.
And with 3 growing sons to feed, she needs them to step up and help out at times.
I'm hollering at them all day while I'm cooking. Bring me another bottle, bring me another bottle. I mean, like, what can you do without water? We can't live, you know, and it's terrible that we can't drink it. I mean, because you got to stay safe. So, I mean, like, what do you do about it?
So what do you do about it? Benton Harbor residents are being asked specifically not to do several things right now. No cooking, drinking, or brushing your teeth with the tap water. And no making baby formula with it either. And do not boil the tap water. That can make any lead contamination much more concentrated in it, according to the EPA and the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
It has been a great concern for the families here.
Local doctors are very worried about the long-term consequences of lead exposure on children, including Intercare Medical Director Dr. Lisa Fink, who's worked in the community for more than 20 years.
As a pediatrician, the concerns are the effects that the lead would have on the brain, and it can have, even just small amounts of lead can have toxic effects to the brain as it develops. So of course we are looking at it especially in young children, especially children who are still having brain development in their infancy and into young childhood, preschool ages.
What should parents look for if they fear lead poisoning in their kids?
Yeah. Well, the insidious findings would be more behavioral in nature. Learning disabilities can develop, attention issues can develop, anger management kind of things and impulse reactions, extreme temper tantrums, the difficulty with learning. Those are more subtle to find.
The elevated lead levels, though, are not so subtle. Since 2018, 10% or more of Benton Harbor's homes tested above the EPA's lead exceedance level of 15 parts per billion in the tap water. The 90th percentile going as high as 32 parts per billion. And one home came in at 889 ppb last June. That's more than 59 times higher than the EPA action level, and higher than any home tested in Flint, Michigan, at the height of its own multi-year water crisis.
You know, the 889 parts per billion. That number went all over the world.
Coming up on this ABC 57 News half-hour special, What's in the Water, we'll take a tour of the Benton Harbor water plant here with Mayor Marcus Muhammad and take a deeper dive into why the infrastructure is decaying in the city and why residents are now paying the price in more ways than one.